just felt some tendinopathy in his knee. It's a problem he's had before, but nothing too serious. So we had the option to bring him here and treat him here and let it settle, or keep him back at base, and we decided to leave him there, and hopefully over the next couple of days that will settle down. There's a good chance he's with us Saturday, but we just have to see how he responds.
So there's still a good chance that he could be involved on Tuesday night?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, it's something that in the past has settled down very quickly, so we're pretty hopeful that'll be the case.
And how did it happen today during the training session?
No, that's just sort of loading thing. It's not a specific injury. It's just something lots of players have, tendon areas that over time sometimes flare up, and they just need to settle down for a couple of days. So it's not a specific injury.
And how is he personally? How did he take it?
Well, he was disappointed to have to pull out of training today, but as I say, it's something he's sort of ongoing, managed over a long period of time. So there are just days where it needs to settle down. So it's not something new for him. Disappointed not to be able to be involved in the game tomorrow, of course. But he's trained well with us this week, and if you think about the journey he's been on in the last couple of years and the big injuries he's had to come back from, then he's progressing really well.
Just turning to the World Cup in Russia this summer, obviously the Foreign Secretary was talking about it in Parliament yesterday, and there doesn't seem to be much of a feel-good factor around the tournament. People aren't really looking forward to going to Russia in the summer, and the Foreign Secretary was suggesting that it's more of a PR event rather than a festival of football. Do you still think at heart it is going to be a football tournament?
I think the rest of the world are viewing it that way. It's not. It's of little interest to me what the Foreign Secretary thinks about it. I was in Russia last year for the Confederations Cup. I think there were about 15,000 fans from Chile. It was an incredible atmosphere in the stadiums. Stadiums were brilliant. The facilities and training grounds were excellent. So, it didn't feel like any other. It felt like the other World Cups I've been to, in terms of the experience within the stadiums and the atmospheres for the games.
And the way the relationship is going between England and Russia, isn't there a sort of danger that in the summer there are not going to be very many neutral fans in Russia supporting England? It's almost going to be as if England are going to be the most hated team in the tournament.
Well, I don't think we're going to be the most popular the way things are going at the moment, but maybe that's something that we been used to that over my career with different teams. So maybe that can be some extra motivation for us.
And Jordan, are you sort of ready for the hostile reception that you might get out in Russia this summer?
Yeah, like the manager said, hopefully we can use that to our advantage really and give us a little bit extra. But as players, we'll not really be thinking about that. We'll just be focused on the games, like always, and preparing as normal as always, as I've done in the past in tournaments.
And Gareth, there's been some criticism of the fact that there isn't going to be a black or an Asian coach with the England team in Russia this summer. Why is that?
Well, I appointed my coaching staff 18 months ago. So there is no additional coaching position. Obviously there's been reference to how we would deal with racism, but we have a department set up working across all our teams to deal with that sort of player welfare side of things, and we're already well down the line in terms of our plans for what we will do and talk about with the players before we go to Russia. So that support is in place.
So you will be advising the black players in your squad how to react if they're racially abused in Russia?
I think the more important thing for me is that we have support and we have an identity as a team, and that we're close and tight as a team and feel like we're a family before we go. What happens when we're there then we're easier. Is far easier for us to deal with, because we know how tight this group of players are, and we will know by the time we go how we want to respond in those situations. In terms of anything that happens on the field, there are clear FIFA guidelines for how you have to report incidents and how you have to deal with things. But also, I don't think we should just talk about racism in Russia. You know, we've got to get our own house in order. There's still things going on in our own country that aren't correct around racism. So we keep pointing the finger at Russia, where we're going to be guests in the next couple of months. But we haven't resolved the issue in our own country. And until we do, I think we should stop firing off those things elsewhere.